Welcome everybody. I hope you're enjoying the conference so far. I'd like to launch straight into the remedy. We're doing Australian Acacias, WA. The parts of the plant that were offered for the trituration were leaf, stem, prickles, last year's seed pods, some flowers and some buds. It was pretty hard to go past the flowers because they were all triturating it. They were all flowering at the time. Acacia pachella, which was one of the four that we did, is actually sitting behind me at the moment. None of the ones that we triturated are in flower at this time of year, and I thought we'd show you a contrast of how ordinary they actually look when they're not in flower. It's still a very nice plant though, aren't you? Yes. There were 6 people that did the trituration, 4 women and 2 men. The first 3 of the 6 themes are more on the physical level. Hay fever. All the triturators experienced some hay fever symptoms throughout the trituration, although to differing degrees. Sinuses were hot, prickling, nose was dry, blocked, burning. There was a lot of burning in this remedy. Nasal mucus was pale yellow, grey, clear, clumpy at times. There was a lot of mouth breathing, considering that the nasal passages were blocked, and the eyelids were heavy, itchy, graining, dry, swollen, and burning again. The ears were blocked because of the sinus pressure, we presume, and there was a fullness that went right across the eyes to the ears. Another of the physical symptoms was liver. 5 of the 6 triturators experienced symptoms that they would relate back to liver. Headaches, there was a tension headache, not the sinus headache, was more higher, and it was a tension. Like a heavy, dull, thick headache, as if they had a hangover. Triturator 6 experienced their mortar as the appearance of a curdled stool, undigested particles, sticky, slimy, unpleasant smelling substance, followed by the smell of a swamp, stagnant water. The colour of my bowl looks vividly like bile. In Western herbalism and the doctrine of signatures, the colour yellow is associated with bile, gallbladder and the liver. Another physical symptom that 3 of the 6 triturators experienced was coldness, particularly in the extremities and particularly at night. Cold fingertips, shooting pains, they couldn't get warm. Triturator 1 was told they are the circulatory stimulant of the plant. They, referring to the little beings that they were seeing in their inner vision through the trituration. This leads us on to another theme of a sense of company at all times. This, although it's a minor theme, there was all the references that the triturators made were in plural. Play, illness, death, there was working together, and children, roughly around the ages of 5 to 9. Now the next 2 themes kind of dovetail: trauma, mass destruction and shock, and the resolving of trauma through play and time management. 5 of the 6 triturators experienced in their inner vision mass destruction. Quoting triturator 3, "Mother, let's burn 'em all. I feel a sense of indignation at the masculine domination. I want to destroy it. I don't want to accept it, tolerate it, or understand it. Destruction's the only way." Triturator 1 experienced the landscape being completely destroyed by fire. 2 triturators had thoughts of Aboriginal massacres, and 3 experienced in their physical being issues around bondage of women. Now, when we come to resolving the trauma through play and time management, Triturator 1 was told at the end of C3 and at the beginning of the C4, there's rest in play. At the C4 level, we move from the polarities into a place of observation, into a place of acceptance. Quoting, "There's rest and rejuvenation in play. The play, in the rest, there is a forgetting of the intensity of the pain of the trauma. The trauma's now in the past, and we've moved on. Give it time. Allow some play. It heals." Following on in the C5, don't need to work hard, just need to do it. Just do the work. Be present. Time is endless. There's no need to rush. Triturator 2 was honoured by an Aboriginal elder rebuking all of us. If you want to do healing, why not ask the aunties how to use this remedy properly, implying the substance. One triturator was told by an auntie, "Acacia's the reconciler, but you white fellas, you took it as your green and gold. If you want to heal the cultural divide, then recognise these plants as the international sign of peace and use it as you would an olive branch." Healing responses within the trituration group. One of the triturators noted that their usual triggers for their post-trauma symptoms were not being as easily activated, and when they were activated were actually much milder. And there's a lot more information actually on the handouts, so I would suggest you go and have a good look at those as well. And thank you for listening. Bye.